Hello there, I'm Nastasia Tay in Doha. This is Al Jazeera, and you've been watching our special coverage of the Turkey Syria earthquakes 1 month on. Now, those quakes have given rise to plenty of anger about the poor implementation of building codes in Turkey. The country will also be voting in a presidential election in May, and the opposition parties have just named their joint candidate against President Erdogan. Let's cross over to Ankara, where the announcement was just made. Sinem Koseoglu joins us now live from there. Sinem, just what do we know about Kemal Kilicdaroglu?
Well, Kemal Kilicdaroglu is the leader of the main opposition Republican Party, and he has been in that chair for a long time, and he's known to have lost nearly every election that he ran against President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. But after the failed military coup in Turkey, just as a reaction to the crackdowns, he had a walk, hundreds of kilometers of walk to show solidarity with people and to protest against what he called the injustice decisions by the government. After that, Kemal Kilicdaroglu has increased his popularity, and within the last 1.5 years, he gathered with the second largest opposition party, E-Party, which is an offshoot of the Nationalist Party, and 4 other parties around the table, and they have been working on some principles, and all six parties are from different political background with different ideologies, from left to pro-Islamist, some former AK Party offshoot, and now he's been named as the candidate of the opposition.
Sinem, you described a very diverse opposition there. Just how united is the opposition heading towards May?
Well, the leader of the second largest opposition party, E-Party leader Kemal Kilicdaroglu, who's also a former interior minister of late 90s in Turkey, she had a disagreement with a table of 6 with the other 5 members of this opposition alliance, because as for Meral Akşener, the second largest opposition leader, the public polls have suggested that Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu and Ankara Mayor Mansur Yavaş were the potential names who could win the election against President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who has been the leader of this country for 22 years. But Kemal Kilicdaroglu, main opposition leader, who has been saying that he wouldn't come up as a presidential candidate unless he's really named by the others, he showed that he was willing to be a candidate. And in the last meeting of the Table 6, we have been hearing that Meral Akşener was against this, and that's why she pulled out of the table, because she didn't feel comfortable with the decision, and she suggested that the candidate should be what the public polls address. But after some mediation meetings, now they have come up with an idea that main opposition leader is the presidential candidate, and all 5 other leaders of the alliance member parties will become vice presidents, along with Istanbul and Ankara mayors. So this is what they have agreed on finally. They came around this idea after some talks.
Well, it'll be a very interesting election indeed there in May. Sinem Koseoglu, across that for us in Ankara. Thank you so much, Sinem.